Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Doodle Robot and today I'm just going to do a very quick painting tip. Just one tip, and maybe I'll follow this up with other tips. I've already got a video on other acrylic painting tips and coloring books, but this is just because people ask me quite regularly how I do it. I thought I'd pop on and show you. So this is going to be a demo, but I just want to show you what book I'm working in. This is Easy Boho Coloring Book for Any Age by Ali PLT. I'm not really sure how to say that, but and the paints I'm using are Apple Barrel, Antique White, and Territorial Beige. These are matte acrylic paints. Good for coloring books because they're not going to stick to anything, whereas your glossier paints probably will. It's mostly the antique white with like a drop of the Territorial Beige in there, drop or two of that, and some water. You want to water your paint down. So I'm going to zoom you in really close as I can get you here. That's probably just messed up all of my lights. Can I zoom you in? Is there a zoom function? Hold on. No zoom function. Okay. Can't work my phone. Alright, so let's kind of get you centered there. Let's try to get the lights as best we can. Alright, so now oftentimes I will, if I'm doing black, I'll use a Posca pen or, some kind of acrylic paint pen. It doesn't have to be Posca. And I'll do the black and I'll go around. It gives me a border. That's kind of what my last video was about, which makes painting easier. But I'm using a brownish color palette here, I think. We'll see what other colors get mixed in there. I have no idea yet. But now, often with acrylic paint, you're gonna have to be committed to 2 coats, maybe 3, sometimes 1. I don't know. It seems kind of opaque, and I usually go around all the edges first. And the trick to that is getting Let's try that again. It's drying out faster than I can talk here. Is getting enough paint to do a little bit of an area and then feathering it out. You got to feather it out here. I'm exaggerating my motion here a little bit for TV, but if you go thick towards the edge and then feather it out, when you then go in to fill in the rest, it's not going to look strange. You're not going to have any strange little bumps or anything. And kind of, the kind of tips I use with my students are thin to win. Several thin coats are going to look better than one thick gloppy coat. Okay, and you just have to have the patience to be able to do that. The great thing about painting in general, I guess, or in coloring books, is it's a lot less hard on the hands and wrists and elbows and shoulders. If you have arthritis issues, it's going to be less of an issue. The downside is it's going to take a little bit more time, maybe. Well, I mean, a lot of people will paint a background because it's quicker and easier than doing it in colored pencil. That's why I paint a lot of my backgrounds as well. Because, yeah, by the time I finish a background in pencil, and I like the backgrounds in pencil, don't get me wrong, they're stellar. But I have to rest my hand for several days after that. Sometimes in the middle, if it's a big double page spread, sometimes I have to rest in the middle. Now, these are very thin black lines, so I also know that I either need to cover the black lines or with both paints, the paint I use here and the paint I use here, or in this case I wouldn't mind going re-going over the black lines when I'm done. So I'm not going to worry if I make a little boo-boo or anything. I'm going to fix it later. That's going to be one of the last things I do. So go up close, thicker with my paint towards the line, and then feather it out. An appropriate size brush also helps when you're doing little detail-y things. You're going to use smaller paint brushes, and when you're doing bigger things, you're going to use larger paint brushes. I can't tell you how many times in class I see students, they've got this huge area and they've got a teeny tiny brush like this. It's kind of, am I even in screen? Probably not. Or vice versa, they have a tiny little area and they've got this massive brush and they wonder why they can't stay in the lines. Like, well, your brush is too big or your brush is too small, you know. So that is just our quick painting tip for today. As I'm working on this, if I think of anything else, I'll do another painting tip. Just a quick little video. All right, I thank you for joining me. I appreciate your time. I hope you had a good time today. Live long and prosper. Bye-bye.